Take him to sing tonight. He was loved by all, and he loved everybody. And in Jesus' name we pray, and then their heads. Is everybody here?
Jimmy was well loved by everybody. He was a friendly, loving, kind-hearted person. He was known for his fun side, but he was very gentle. Always had time for everybody. Always willing to help somebody whenever they needed. He was extremely loved, and this is just but a small portion of the people who loved and cared about him. And as we all know, we're going to miss him terribly, taken too soon as he was. But I think it only fitting that the people who loved him so much is here to honor his memory. So if you'd like to, before our gentleman and lady have their duty to do, we would like to say the Lord's Prayer on his behalf.
Everybody like to sing anything? Friends together or something?
Okay. Okay, everyone, our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
When you feel a gentle breeze across your hand, if you think it's Jimmy touching you, to say hello. If you hear a bird singing a special song, it's another way to say hi. Let's remember him always like we did, with love and respect. Thank you.
God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon.
I started to write. I never got it finished, so I'm going to ad-lib. I started out writing something about my brother. He was my very first friend. He was my brother. He was my confidant in a lot of times. I'd like to thank everybody for coming here today. Today we gathered to celebrate Jim. He was a son, a brother, a cousin, an uncle, a husband, and of course a friend. Anyone who knew him was truly blessed. He had a heart of gold and the gentle soul of an angel. He was the go-to guy for help, advice, in a project or just for a different perspective in almost anything, including personal dramas. He was the peacemaker. If there was something troubling, he saw a way to calm the seas of those troubles. It was his peaceful, gentle nature that drew people to him. Always with a gift of gab, he made friends with just about perfect strangers. Whether they saw him as crazy or genuine, he always left them with a smile. Jimmy had a grin that was always a dead giveaway that he was up to something. And a lot of times, it was mischief. Some of us know that mischievous grin. Nothing unkind or to get in any serious trouble, but mostly to be a buster or a jokester. He was always good at that. Jokes aside, he was always there to help, not asking for anything much for himself, but just call and he'd be there to help and advise on how to get something done. A lot of times, in case of a screw-up, he'd say, "You can't see that from a 747 or a He always put others before himself and his own needs. And these are traits that we saw up into the end. Through his life, he was always the go-to guy. We will deeply miss him, every single one of us. He touched us in some way or another. We'll miss him, we love him, and that's why we're all here today. And we thank you for coming, especially, and we thank everybody for being here to honor his memory. Godspeed. I just wrote it. Waiting for